the scene firsthand the desperate conditions civilians are enduring in Sudan and the brutal civil war that's been ravaging the country over the past 16 months. Millions have been displaced, and aid agencies are warning the hunger crisis is of historic proportions. Naal al-Mafi, who has gained rare access to the city of Port Sudan and a key border area in neighboring Chad where refugees are still flowing out as aid agencies desperately try to get aid in.
The faces of a forgotten war. These are some of the families caught at the center of what's being called one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. Here in Sudan, 26 million people are facing acute hunger. We only get 1 meal a day. This woman, Sam Ali, says in this displacement camp in the city of Port Sudan they're safe from the front lines of the conflict, but life is hard in another camp nearby. People see you for water, a most basic right, but here it's a luxury. Safa Swan tells me she fled with her children from one city to another, trying to escape the war before arriving here in this displacement camp in Port Sudan. The fighting near us was so intense within the first 2 days. 2 members of my family were killed. Then I watched as 2 of my neighbors were cut in two. Her children are mourning the life they once had, but also their father left behind. They haven't heard from him since January. We don't know where he is or what happened to him. That's it. Our future is over. There is nothing left. My children are devastated. The scale of suffering here in Sudan is unimaginable. 16 months of war have had a devastating impact on people's lives here. Over 10 million people have had to flee their homes, and if they've escaped the bombs and the bullets, there's another killer. Hunger is ravaging Sudan. In neighboring Chad, these 8 trucks are lined up and ready to cross into Sudan, but it's territory held by a group called the Rapid Support Forces, who are fighting the Sudanese armed forces. For months the SAF have blocked supplies from getting through this key crossing point. They say aid is being stolen by the RSF and that weapons are being smuggled in as well. Both sides in the conflict have denied impeding the delivery of humanitarian relief as aid prepares to go in through this border. Families are crossing it to escape the war. These refugees arrived 5 days ago. It was hunger that drove them to make the treacherous journey.
It's very hard, so dangerous to come here, but all the shops are closed. There was no food anymore, nothing to drink, nothing to feed my children. There is nothing to eat. It's all war. There is nowhere to hide.
She told me there was no help, no food supplies were reaching her and her 6 children. Aid agencies are relieved to see these truckloads making their way in today, but they say a constant flow of aid is needed to deal with the horrific situation in Sudan, where already 1 location has been declared a famine and 13 others are at risk of famine. The UN warns that if the flow of food and supplies isn't increased, the consequences could be dire.
There is much suffering. These are not statistics. These are mothers, daughters, kids. People are going to die. Simple as that. Children, they already are. Women, more gender-based violence. And some of that they will not recover from. This is ultimate suffering.
By repeatedly spurning peace talks and impeding aid, the two wearing sides are effectively putting millions of people at risk of starvation. Many of those we spoke to are hoping the world will take notice, and before it's too Thanks for watching this video.